This will begin the lecture notes for Chapter 13, Surface Water, Section 1. Section 1 deals with streams and rivers, and the key idea to remember in Section 1 is that streams and rivers carry a portion of the precipitation that falls on land back to the oceans. The lesson objectives of Section 1: we're going to define a river system, and number 2, describe the characteristics of a stream or river that affect its ability to erode sediments. River systems. A permanent body of running water is called a stream or a river. Rivers carry more water than streams. A small stream may run into a larger stream, the larger stream may run into a river, and so on. A small body of water which runs into a larger one is called a tributary. This graphic illustrates some tributaries flowing into the main river branch. These rivers or streams could be considered tributaries flowing into this main branch of the river. This is a graphic of the La Plata River system in South America. And once again, you can see the tributaries of this river flowing into the main river that eventually ends up in La Plata, or the sea. All of these tributaries. Usually a large river collects all the smaller rivers in a geographical area. This large river and all its tributaries form a river system. The surface covered by a river system is called a drainage basin or a watershed. The highland that separates one river system from another is called a divide. This graphic illustrates a drainage basin or a watershed. The area outlined in red is this river's drainage basin or the watershed. This graphic illustrates the Mississippi drainage basin or the watershed, and it's all this area here in the tan color. This is the Mississippi drainage basin, and it extends all the way out into Montana, Wyoming, includes the Missouri River, flows into the Mississippi. Of course, here's our Wisconsin River, the Ohio River here, and they all flow into the Mississippi River, eventually ending up in the Gulf of Mexico here, but all of this area is the Mississippi drainage basin. Characteristics of streams and rivers. The ability of a stream or river to erode and transport sediments is affected by many factors. The most important factors are, number 1, the velocity, number 2, the gradient, 3, discharge, and 4, the channel. Velocity. The velocity of a stream or river is the amount of space the water travels in a given amount of time. A fast-running river has more kinetic energy, therefore it erodes materials more quickly and can transport larger particles than a slow-moving river can. The velocity of a river is determined by the steepness of the slope, the amount of water traveling downstream, and the shape of the path through which the water travels. This is velocity. Gradient. The steepness of the slope of a stream or river is called gradient. A river's gradient varies along its course. A river flowing up the hill on steep slope has a high gradient. A river flowing on a flat plain with a very small incline has a very low gradient. Discharge. The discharge of a river is the amount or volume of water that passes a certain point in a given amount of time. In many rivers, the discharge increases downstream because the tributaries continually add more water. In the desert, discharge may decrease downstream. Discharge varies throughout the year. During increased precipitation, or when the snow is melting, the discharge increases. The velocity of the river also increases. Rivers become wider and deeper, and floods are possible. This graphic illustrates how discharge increases downstream, and it's dependent on the width, depth, velocity, and the gradient. They all affect the discharge of a river. The river channel. The path through which the water flows in a stream or river is called its channel. The size and shape of the channel affects the velocity of the water. The channel of a shallow winding stream with many boulders has a great deal of surface area in contact with water flowing through it. Friction slows the water down. A straight channel that is wide and deep has less surface area in contact with the water, so the water's velocity is greater. Boulders increase friction and decrease the velocity of a river. This concludes the lecture notes for Chapter 13, Section 1. Once you've completed listening or reading the lecture notes, your assignment is to go back into your My Big Campus account and complete the Chapter 13, Section 1 online review.